Hi, and in one of the previous videos, I was saying that we'd have to check if the database already contains a particular email address, username, or a phone number, so that we don't get duplicate data like duplicate usernames, duplicate email address, and duplicate phone numbers. So what we have to do is we have to search through the database, make sure that the data you are entering doesn't match any username, email, or phone number, and then after that we will insert into the user table. So before we actually insert into the user table, you'd have to actually write this code down. So you'd actually have to copy this, because I've already done this already, so I just need to just paste it here. Okay, so I'll scroll through so that you guys can actually see everything and copy it out. I'll also do my best to post it in the comment section, description box I mean, and then you guys can copy it out. So so it starts from here. So what the first query here is doing is selecting all select all from users where deleted is equal to no, and then the username is equal to what the user has inputted into the user text box. So it checks, and then it comes here, it says if this has a row inside, then you send a message to the, or you echo a message to the person inputting the data that username already exists, right? Yeah, so this one it checks and see if whatever you've inputted into the user into the field already exists. Okay, and then it will tell the person, oh, this already exists, or something like that. The same thing too for here. So you start copying from here, and then for this also checks for the email and make sure that email doesn't already exist. So this one also checks if it has a row. You also message that email address already exists. Okay, so and then you keep continuing to copy, and then the last one is to check for the phone number. This one also does the same thing, checks if the phone number already exists, and then you go to phone number already exists. Okay, so since this is the last query, if the phone number doesn't already exist and it has already checked for the email and then the username, then now we can actually input the insert query over here. Okay, so you paste that one, you cut this one from here, and then you paste it inside the last else statement. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, and then after you can do this over here, right? Actually, this has to also come inside the else statement over here. Okay, if not, every time you run a query and then it's giving you a prompt, it will run this thing too. So you also add this one inside here, and then we are good to go. Okay, so let's test this thing out, and then we can move from there. So like I was saying, you have to start copying from here. So you can pause the video and then you copy. Right up to here, or you can just copy straight to the end over here. Okay, so I'll do my best to paste this whole code inside the description box so that you can copy it out, or you just have to pause the video and then copy everything. Okay, I mean, it's hard copying these things, but that's what I did when I was learning how to code. I'd actually have to copy a lot of code by typing them out. So yeah, it pays to do that. At least you get to understand what you are writing. Okay, yeah. So let's run this code and see. So let's go to our database and check and see an email that already exists and test with that to see if it will tell us that that email address already exists. So we have mike@gmail.com here, and then let's check for another username. Okay, we have high five, and then the phone number we have 555 over here. So we check for that. Okay, it seems like we have an error. Okay, yeah, this connection string doesn't match. This connection string name doesn't match what we've declared over here, which is connection string here. This one is just in the short form, so let's just paste this one here instead. Okay, and they should work fine now. Okay, so for the first name we are not checking for that. The username that already exists is high five, so let's input that one there. High five. For the password we are not checking. User type we are not checking. Gender we are not. The email we are checking, so we have an email that already exists in the database, that's mike@gmail.com. and then for the phone number too, we already have this that already exists. So when you run the query, it will check for the username first to see if this username already exists, and then it will give us a prompt. So let's try that one and see. Okay, so it has already seen that a username like that already exists in that database. So it says username already exists, so you would actually have to change the username. So let's just add 5, and then now since this doesn't exist, it will go and check for the email too. Okay, you see it also says email address already exists, so we have to change this email. And then now for the last one, it will check for the phone number. So when we go to add user, it will say phone number already exists. So that one we can change that one, and then now it will add this data into the database. So it says user added. When we come into our database, you see we have a new record, that's this, this and that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching again. In the next video, we'll actually go and validate the forgotten password field here, and then we can move from there. So thank you guys again for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you.